Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Haziq bin Salud Amir. I'm from class 2D. Today, me and my two friends will talk about elasticity. What is elasticity? Elasticity is the sensitivity of quantity demanded or supply of a commodity in response to the change in factor related to the commodity. Elasticity of demand and supply can be useful tool for business to make crucial decisions like decide the price of goods and services to maximize their profit. So you can see the article analysis that we get in the question. So for the question 1, gas prices peaked in 2018. However, there was no measurable decrease in the number of gallons of gas purchased by households until 2020. Identify two reasons the demand for gas is so inelastic. So, for our answer is consumer demand for gas is very inelastic in the short run because people must get to work, bring their children to school, and so forth regardless of the price of fuel. One may take public one may take public transportation instead of driving, but that is dependent on public transportation being available. Another potential substitute would be utilizing automobiles that operate on alternative energy such as electricity. Gasoline falls under necessity or inferior goods where consumers prefer to buy the same quantity despite change in the price of gasoline, whether it rises or falls. The reason why demand for gas is so inelastic is because gas is an essential good for vehicle. In other words, even the price is increased, consumers still have to buy the gas because of they want to fuel their vehicle. Secondly, there is no substitute for gas. That is why the consumer cannot buy any substitute in any connection to the gas. So, for the question 2, during this era of high gas prices, consumers began to demand electric vehicles that do not require gas. Will the increase in the availability of electric cars make the demand for gas more elastic or more inelastic? Explain. So, our answer is, in this case, it will make the demand for gas more inelastic. It is because the consumer able to choose electric vehicle or gas vehicle. As far as I can tell, consumer will more prefer to choose electric vehicle because it not required to use any gas. Furthermore, the consumer can save their money due to gas price was increasing. As this way, the price of gas can become more elastic. The increase of availability of electric cars will make the demand for gas more elastic because electric cars are electric cars are a substitute for gas car. So people can use an electric car either than gas car. It will save our environment too.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Muhammad Ifan Haris bin Afendi from class 2D. So today I'm going to present to you question 3. So do you think the supply of electric vehicle is relatively elastic or relatively inelastic? Explain. According to us, the supply of electric vehicle can be elastic or inelastic. The first situation can be relatively elastic when an increase in price increase the quantity of electric vehicle supply, such as a rise in the global price of lithium, which is used in making electric batteries, so the cost will increase. However, the supply of electric vehicle can be inelastic when a change in the price of good or service does not produce a similar change in supply, so it will lead to a shortage. For example, when the country exchange rate cuts the cost of imported electric vehicle, it is not enough to meet public demand. As a result, if production has limited resources, the supply of electric vehicle is inelastic. So for the question 4, identify one good you believe will likely have a positive cross-price elasticity with car. What does this imply about the relationship between these two goods? So the answer is, one good that we believe will likely have a positive cross-price elasticity with car is public transportation. car are expensive nowadays, so people will use another service that can be used for the same purpose, such as bus and light rail transit (LRT) are substitute goods because an increase in the price of car leads to an increase in the quantity demand for another good. If someone does not have access to a car, they can use public transportation to go anywhere for work or school and also avoid traffic jams. To point out, public transportation is cheaper and more worthwhile than using a car to achieve your daily life tasks. As a consequence, in the future, the demand to have a public transportation system in each state of the country will increase because it can satisfy the people's demand for goods and services to meet all their desire. That's all.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amirul Hakim Azman. So I choose for this presentation I choose question 5 and question 6. For question 5, uh, assume ABC firm that sell electric vehicles wants to increase his revenue. The price of electric vehicles falls from $29,499 to $25,939, and the quantity demand increases from 7,000 to 10,000 units. If the firm increase price from $29,499 to $32,000, the quantity demand decreased from 7,000 to 5,000 units. Calculate price elasticity of demand for electric vehicles and advise ABC firm which price to charge based on your economic knowledge. So here we have two, old and new. So for the old one, we got 3.556%. So the elasticity of demand, we got more than one elasticity and relatively responsive. So for the new one, we got 3.36% and more than one elasticity and relatively responsive. Okay, so based on this question, price that we choose is $29,499 to $25,939, because it's elastic. Because a bigger percentage change in supplier, as price increase 1%, the quantity of demand for goods X will decrease by 3.56% and vice versa. Alright, so for the question 6, suppose incomes increase by 10% and that gasoline consumption increase by 20%. Calculate the income elasticity of demand coefficient for gasoline and identify if it is a normal good or an inferior good. So here, for income elasticity of demand, I got 2, because based on the research, it is a elastic income because of a change in the consumer's income causes the bigger percentage change in quantity demanded. Also, because gasoline's coefficient is positive, it is regarded as a normal good. So that's all from me. Thank you.